Hello, hello. Do you hear me? Do you see me? I think we are live. Let me just mute myself here. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the last game of the round of 8 of the Factorio Speed Go Championship, where we will see the battle between Lukas Podpera and Artem Kachanovskyi. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it somehow wrong. So both of these guys are legendary players from Europe. I guess you know them fairly well. I'm starting the stream 5 minutes beforehand because we managed to set up everything quickly, and I would like to talk about few things. And let me just create the announcement on online Go. And yeah, I think if I did it correctly, I thought there was going to be a pop-up. So let me check. Like I see it should be on, so I hope maybe it's because Do you guys see the announcement? Well, let's not deal with that right now. Alright. So, what I wanted to talk about. So, several things. First of all, Artem, of course, he's not playing that often. He's playing from Ukraine. The situation there is quite difficult, so we are all cheering for him. Last round, he had some, I wouldn't say problem, but he almost ran out of battery because they don't have electricity at night. But this time he told me he has a generator and he should be fine, so he managed to connect on time, so that's great, and hopefully there won't be any issues with that. Yeah, we can see that unfortunately, due to the war, he's not traveling that often, only 3 tournaments in 2025, so that's even greater that he can participate in this event. And his opponent is Lukas Podpera, so legendary 7-dan player, about 30 rating points less than Artem at this stage, but super active player. You can see all the tournaments in 2020. Oh my god, how many has he played? And plus, you can see the first places are here quite often, first out of 182, etc. So quite the player with 88% win rate, last 5 tournaments. If we check their games, their score, I think, is favoring Lukan. I would say, yeah, 10-7, so quite even. I actually thought it was going to be more in favor of Lukan. But yeah, since he was like even much weaker than Artem, I think his style was somehow working against him. But I feel it's also the reason why Artem will try really hard today. And personally, I'm not sure if the players are listening to the stream or not. I hope not. But I would be afraid for Lukan. Like, I think Artem is really going to go for it. So, besides that, I wanted to make propagation of Artem's great European Go journal that you can either be part of his Patreon, and either you receive it electronically or like printed copy, which I have also here. There is always like very beautiful art. I really like to just like have it as collecting item. There are like some preface, war report from Ukraine, then some news, some game analysis, You see here he's also propagating a Speed Go championship, so that's great. He sometimes hires even models to be part of the magazine, such as this one here. So that's great. And last thing I wanted to say about the players, since they are starting in 1 minute, is that Lukas recently made this Go Magic video, time management in Go. So it was published 9 days ago, and I'm really curious how he's gonna, if he's gonna manage, you know, his time management even under these quite fast time settings. Alright, so let me check if they will be starting soon. So here, let me check Lukan. Hello everyone. I will pop up the chat. Okay, it seems they are starting. So, Lukan is black.
Game resumed.
So Lukan is black and we have this game here. And the game there. Alright, and everything is set to go. So you can follow, and I will just quickly check Twitch chat. I will pin the chat here, so I have it handy. Hello, Captain Dark Ronin, Pan Kurezaki. Ah yeah, the tournament bracket. Yes, I can show it. I actually prepared it and forgot. Guys, can somebody just go to Online Go and see if they see the announcement about the stream? Because somehow it didn't pop up to me, but here I see it as active. So I'm a bit confused. So if somebody could check. Yeah, so basically they are starting. We can actually take a look at the bracket also. So it's here. So the first semi-final will be between Mateusz Surma and Andrii Kravets, who defeated Valerii. The last game was on time, it was tough. And Mateusz, I would say not convincingly, because the last game that he won by 1.5 was in Benjamin's hands, but he also managed to advance. And the winner of this game will play against Stanislav. So yeah, all of the pros are somehow advancing and they managed to eliminate the amateur players. Yeah, zoom in. It's like, alright, so yeah, it's everything is on EGF. So could someone just please go to Online Go and tell me if they see the announcement? Like the link. Hello, Michal. Yeah, so this game, they have quite a lot of time. So it will be still a little slow paced. I know Lukan sometimes play this kind of pincer. And this kind of variation he has studied and knows them really well. So Artem just jumped, it's also possible. And pincered, this is like old-fashioned Joseki. I think, yeah, but it's totally possible. I think AI now is also just fine with pushing and pincering from a bit farther. And then this stone is like light, but this is possible. And this counter pincer is already something I personally didn't study. I can do predictions. I will just catch up to the game. Normally, I remember like there is this jump and this attachment, or I think even like this used to be Joseki, but this counter pincer looks like flexible kind of, yeah, this is like fashionable these days. Artem still attaches and Lukan just sacrifices. It seems a bit of a kind of not such a good shape, and also I would somehow want to protect here. It's a bit more active later on when there will be Aji in the corner. I'm a bit surprised, but I understand he wants to take the liberty. So Artem just takes, approaches. Yeah, and now, because this became so thick... Because it became so thick, then this looks a bit painful, so I would have rather played this one. But why not? But Lukan, yeah, he just kicks and lives in the corner and doesn't really care. But he's already losing by 5 points, so I would say this situation was not really prepared. Okay, I can try to do the predictions. There should be some kind of sword icon somewhere, if I recall correctly. But I don't see the sword icon. Ah, maybe this one? No, this is my identity in chat. Oof, how to do predictions? Is it because I'm streaming that... Well, I would say the predictions are... We'll start from the second game. Let's just focus on what's going on. Okay, so far nobody managed to confirm if you see the pop-up on online Go. Can try to check on my phone. No, somehow it's not there. So what am I doing wrong? So I'm not sure. So from my end, if somebody here knows about online Go, they can help me. But I really published it, and here it says it's published. So, and even here in the history, it seems like published. So it seems there is something not working on online Go. Is it possible? Alright, so anyway, let's go back to the game. So Lukan just lived, makes sense, then got pincered. So because white is quite thick still in this area, you want to just live, right? So that's what he has done. Close the corner, why not? I would also play in the middle of the side. It looks like it's kind of the biggest place right now. And Artem attaches here. And this is, of course, everybody knows kind of this attachment already. But I guess with this strength here, it could turn against white. So playing this attachment is a little lighter. Ah, I see, finally. Oh, Kurt Gödel did it. Okay, thank you very much, Kurt. But could you, like, put the link to the stream also? That would be nice. Okay, so I think here usually you want to play this honey or this honey, but it's also possible to choose one of the softer moves, like just pull back. But I guess in this case, if you just pull back and white jumps, then you are really low in this area. So that's something you probably don't want to do. Yeah, and Lukan, I think, found the AI move. So that's good, and I will start this, yeah. So now white honeys, black cuts, and Ataris. Alright. So I assume if you just extend, then what would happen? Black would probably just connect. And some kind of... I mean, to me this doesn't look terrible for white, because black is a bit over-concentrated. Question is if maybe it's not better for black to take this liberty, so that these stones cannot be captured. And this kind of cut you just play in this fashion. I guess this would be possible, so maybe this number 2 is a stronger move. So then you can play counter Atari, which doesn't feel so good. But when you play this Atari, suddenly it feels much better. So yeah, and very often I guess in professional games they play this Atari and then it's just core, right? And what would happen if black connects? Then I would guess something like this is not possible. I'd say it's too much agi, like for black. So I assume black would probably rather just go out and then white lives in the corner somehow. Which again, we didn't manage to use these guys very well, right? So the Atari in itself, I think it's quite annoying, and that's why AI is also showing it as the blue move. And I really wonder what black would do in this instance. Ah, I see. Thank you very much, Zaki. So yeah, I'm not sure why my announcement didn't appear. And still, thank you. So, we are here in this variation that I wanted to be in. And the correct move for black is to play Tenuki according to AI. Ooh, so is it like preparing Kotrets is the idea? No, yeah, I mean... I expected Lukan to play this connection actually, because I have seen him play this many times before. And we actually played this in the Gobaron match, and I think we played this variation. And it was like very good for white that time. So I would imagine he would have remembered and not play it. But it seems like he either forgot or he really hated the other variation I was showing. But I think this is more common, or it should be, as far as how I understand it, should be better. So he learned nothing. Or maybe he knows something deeper that I don't know. But yeah, in this case, it looks like maybe he forgot. Yeah, and AI won like... White won by like 6 points in AI. So... yeah. And somehow, this shape to me feels like really sad. You know, So I'm not very happy. But also, I must say, it's not easy for white to continue here. Because if you, for example, just block, and then this happens like in center for black, this take, and 4, suddenly the shape looks okay. These guys, you kind of still have to connect, right? Because, I mean, now it's a very heavy group. So you really want to go for this. But play it immediately, it's like, do I have enough Kotrets? Is this like good enough or not? That's what he's considering probably. I think what he could also do is like prepare Kotrets. And that's exactly what he's doing. To make them like bigger. You know, if I win the ko, I win it big. And also, if like, so this happens and white plays a cotret and black takes, and white takes, then this double ponuki is not so painful. I mean, it's helping this group that I was a bit worried about, so that's great. But actually, like, you know, how many stones did black have in that area to begin with, right? He had 3 stones plus this group. So it doesn't really matter that this became territory. And that's exactly the variation they are going for, it seems. So far the game is here. But look, Lukan should take. But then what? Like, connect? Can this be a variation? I think he should have done this, even though it looks incredibly dumb. Let me check in AI just fast. Hi, answer, you take. Should I connect? Yeah, he should have played like this and then maybe Keima. Yeah. And this is like interesting situation, right? Because what black did was actually like almost 10-point loss decision, which is huge at the 7-dan level. So still, even at this level, we can get confused by cos, I guess. But how could you think of like the connection, right? But yeah, so now Artem is very comfortable, but Lukan also, like, leaning back in his chair, he doesn't look stressed at all. Even Franta remembers that I played this variation against Lukan, and it was good for me. Yeah. Alright, and then, so what's happening next? So white is quite happy, and it was like experienced play to make the ko bigger and then start it. I like it. So what to do? Like, this is very natural, like trying to destroy the framework and play the vital point. Now I would say white can do whatever he wants. Artem decided to extend. I have like absolutely no opinion about this. Are you living in Japan? Yeah, in this gym. I'm renting it. So, actually, for those who don't know me, I'm a player from Czechia. And I was analyzing like statistics of Artem and Lukan yesterday a little bit. And I played 105 games against Lukan in my career. And I have attended like 260 tournaments, so in almost like some tournaments were the Jabarin when we played like 5 games together, but almost like 1/3 of tournament I've always played with Lukan. So I'm expert. So Captain, if your question was serious, then no, I live in Czechia, I just have a green screen and Japanese background. Yeah. Like now, what can black do? So the problem is he doesn't have many points and he has nothing to attack. But I think in this format, even in endgame, you can win quite a lot. So I guess you just play for the long run, you know, try to destroy this framework and wait for a chance to appear. I would say it would be wrong for black to panic at this point and try something very forceful. Also, I'm pretty sure Lukan is not happy about the situation. I think he knows he's losing, but still he will play just calmly and wait for the chance. Yeah, so I played 105 games against Lukan. I lost most of them, but it brought another question in me. What is the biggest rivalry in Europe? Do you guys know which 2 persons have the most games against each other? Of course, the rating and the database was created in the 90s. So, for example, some very old players will not have all of their game in the database. But I think me and Lukan will be like top 10 at least, probably. Like 105 games is a lot. Okay, So I was saying that Lukan was not going to try anything forceful, but looks like he is. But yeah, I mean, this is like a question, how are you gonna answer? White is active, of course, playing just here would be like, black would be happy with this exchange. It doesn't mean that it would have been bad, maybe it's also a possible way of playing, because now there is a more pressure, right? If somehow these stones live, then you have to come back, but it's not very likely, but this is like vital point, and trying to reach for this under connection, this makes perfect sense. This is a type of move you can see on KGS, I think, which tries to attempt many things at the same time, but actually the idea, I quite like it, because white is like disconnecting, and at the same time preparing this under connection, and if you disconnect, he jumps here, which is the game exactly, and now black is suffering. But he will live, and the game is becoming more messy. I think if like white lost center here somehow, and black starts to fight here, it could be scary, but since it's center for white, for me I would have said the situation deteriorated for black, but AI thinks it's still similar. So I guess why not, but very hard to understand what's going on. By the way, so this game is played with like 5 minutes plus 8 seconds, but Artem already has just 4, 3, 2. Yeah, and we are not exactly in the game. Yeah, he has 10 seconds. This black cap looks suspect. Don't you mean white? Or there was a black... I mean the white cap, yeah. Really? To me it feels natural, like trying to attack and also looking to this left group. But it's true that white is also a bit thin. As we can see, he immediately has to somehow try to reinforce himself. But I like how Artem is playing, I must say. I mean, it's fancy. But if black just like connects here and white gets nothing out of this, it would be probably successful invasion, and then the cap, yeah, really maybe didn't do much. F4 looks safe. So, yeah, and I was talking about time. So Artem has just 10 seconds. And I think what is really important to do in this tournament is not to play at the last second. Like, for example, Lukan, I think he always plays like at least 3 seconds, but more like 5 to 10 before the end of the Biomi, so he doesn't lose to lag. I heard that online Go should have this kind of like speedy lag or like short lag somehow handled internally. But I'm not sure how well, etc. So for sure you have to be careful about that. So the Artem's 10 seconds are worrying me a little. Yeah, so black plays f4. So what is this? Black should peep, okay. So maybe for double-digit queues, if you would like to connect these two groups, you can try to think of how to do it. There is a way. So eventually later black could connect these. Okay, I can show it since we won't talk about it anymore. Like this monkey jump is a good technique to connect. And then it would be kind of center, but then yeah, it could still die, blah blah blah. But it could be a big endgame, so that's why white takes care of this. Which seems a bit slow. And overall, this action that black did, I think was quite successful. So now what? Yeah, I was thinking battling here. Yeah, maybe black could have fought harder. Rob, I agree. But I mean, even like this, I would feel quite good as black, like I gained something. P12 is big. Yes. Ironically, these stones are kind of even starting to build moyo, like these three are helping a little. So yeah, that's quite big. This is also not bad. Yeah, I mean, I actually, at this point, what the moves I was considering was either play here or protect this. This seems like just points, but this seemed like point with some kind of hope, and this was like fixing my group. But I guess black doesn't have time to do this, right, since he's losing. So he has to pressure. But now I would expect him to suffer, but what is this Lee Sedol wedge? Is there something? I don't see anything. But yeah, why not exchange it? I prefer Keima instead of G17. You mean Keima here? Like on... you mean this Keima? I don't really... I think it will be similar, is my feeling. Not sure. Okay, so some ko started. Let's assume black will win the ko. Like, I mean, he will manage to take. White will connect. Then black can do this later. And then it could be some kind of semi, right? If this cut is protected. But black doesn't have many liberties, so I wouldn't bet on him in this kind of fight. Whoa, but Artem captured? To me it seems small. And also in AI we saw that it got a bit better for black. Like now he's losing just by 10. It was like almost 15 before. But white is still directing the game. The music plays as he wishes. Like these guys are a bit under pressure. These guys are fairly weak. Yeah, adding a move here makes sense. I guess you have to. And yeah, Artem is playing a very, very good game. Quick, somebody get Lukan a cat. Yeah, I think Artem has like many cats, right? Like 3? I would guess. I'm not sure if he has also dogs. But somebody told me that when he's moving around, it's a bit uneasy because all of the animals. Okay, Tsumego time. So is there somebody good at Tsumego? Like you could play here, I guess, but it's losing, so you really want to connect. For some reason, Gemini, my phone. Yeah, I would also connect, but now in theory, if like, hey, don't change my move. If white becomes strong in this area, it seems it could die, right? Like, I mean, how to make eyes here? It's too small. So now, because black connected, I think there is a lot of bad agi. But since these 4 stones are here, maybe it's kind of possible to make a nice. I would be scared. And white really managed quite well now because he very naturally got this big move that Captain Matsu wanted to play long time ago. So I guess that's good. Technically, these guys are not alive yet. Like if black has time to capture here, but I mean, it's just hopium. So apparently white can just capture. Because like this he has 3 liberties and black has 2. And like this, I guess you cannot run away, not enough liberties. And Artem finds it. I mean, did Artem make a mistake in this game? Like maybe capturing this, but like he just made a good game for him simple. So that's not, it's more like, you know, how do you say, cognitive decision? No, like, you know, rational decision to make this move. And now he read this, and even though he has like 10 seconds, like no big mistake. Yeah, preference over correctness, that's a good way to say. And this was another loss for black. And yeah, it seems quite clear. The hopium we were breathing in disappeared quite fast. Yeah, and he's going, okay, so that's nice. I wanted to see this Tsumego. I feel like, I mean, yeah, okay, this is better probably than my Hane, because it makes this area bigger and there are some Seki options. And something like this looks too brutal probably, but yeah, this looks like shape. But then can it be Seki? Like this? Right? So yeah, if you play just soft like this, I think it's Seki. But I might be wrong as well. Yeah, and we see Katago wants to play here. It's maybe more active. But I guess Lukan will just play this. Because he will see it. And, you know, you play what you see. Okay, never mind. But then, I mean... Yeah. What's the plan now? It was working, right? Just this, or? Am I wrong? I think so. I'm sorry if I don't see something, but... And both have under 30 seconds still. Hello, Frataiko. Well, I mean, this is not going anywhere, right? I can just... Okay, I would have cut even. I didn't see any Aji there. But here also. And it's like, for instance, for black, this kind of move, if he plays like here, I guess it's not even center, because he has to come back to
White
connect
wins.
and... Yeah. So Lukan died. And maybe I could show this. So Online Go made this kind of new, they have a new interface. Let me see if you can see. If you can see it. Yeah. That similar as in chess.com or elsewhere, that they like tell you how many mistakes you made, etc. Okay, it's not really fitting the browser too well. Yeah, so it looked like they both made he made one blunder, Artem, but otherwise 37 excellent moves. Lukan 32 inaccuracies. What is this? Yeah, it seems like it's quite strict, this algorithm. I don't think Lukan made so many inaccuracies, yeah. Yeah, tempo goes up, they have a break. I'm going to go to the toilet, so break. It's disappearing. Break. And if someone, I think we still didn't manage to put the notification on Online Go about the stream, right? So if somebody could do that, it would really help me a lot. I'm not sure, yeah. And I will try to work on the predictions. Alright, I'm back. You know how you get the greatest ideas on the toilet? So I just remembered that I have to update the score. Right, so it's 1-0 for Artem. And my break at least is over. Now, but so, I'm a YouTube streamer, so I don't really know Twitch. But when I was doing predictions last time, Milena told me that there is a sword icon that I just clicked and there were predictions, but I don't see the sword. Where is the sword? Okay, thank you very much for the notifications then. Is it in the chat? Or is it because I have the chat like popped out? Yes, because I have the chat outside of the Twitch window, and if I do that, then they don't... Oh my god. Alright. And now... I'm still searching. I could donate. Yeah, for some reason... predictions! Nice! I found it. Alright, so... Who wins next one? And we can go Artem, and we can go Lukan. And how long? So I will put 2 minutes? 5 minutes? 5 minutes. Let's go. I hope you see it. Let me check if Lukan is not already playing the next game. Yeah, they just started. It's so nice when everything works how it should. It was actually quite close. Review. And everybody should be happy now. Except for me, because the chat window... I cannot pop it out now. But maybe I can open it once more. And pause and take it from this, yeah. And now everybody is happy. All right, let's go. So what did I miss in the chat? So why is Factorio in the chat? So it's because it's sponsored by Michal Kovařík. That is a big Go enthusiast. He's actually almost 3 dan now. He really, started solving a lot of Tsumegos and he's improving. I think he's probably in his 40s now, or around 40. So, you guys out there around that age, he still improved from 1st dan to 3 dan, so quite impressive. And now because he's made quite a successful game, Factorio, he's giving back to the community and helping with a lot of tournaments. Not only this online one, but there are many events in Czechia that he's sponsoring kind of in the shadows. He doesn't need to have the spotlight. But we wanted to make this event big and he agreed we can use the Factorio name. I'm happy you like the tournament. Yeah, Kovarex plays Go, he's strong. And hello, Mork. Are you a Go player, actually? Really, really old. Maybe Rob could, motivate the people in his age group and still improve to 8 dan. How about that? For example, my father, he's in his 60s, and when he was 50, he started running a lot and doing triathlons, swimming, biking, and now I think he did the Ironman, which is 4 kilometers of swimming and 180 kilometers on bike, and marathon, 42 kilometers running in 11 hours and something. So I really think you can improve a lot. Even in the autumn of our lives. I have not learned the rules. So maybe you can check. It's quite a good game, this Go. Anyway, I guess the rest of you would rather me to talk about the game, right? So what is going on? So Lukan is white. And Artem played this. And, this is now the Czech move. We invented this against Lukan on Go Baron. This was our masterpiece. So I was hoping Lukan would play this wedge. But it seems like he didn't study it. Or maybe he doesn't like the move. But anyway, this seems like normal. Black can play Tenuki if he doesn't mind being pincered. He just wants to settle the group here now since white has more moves. Yeah, this looks natural, big to protect this R5. This looks natural. I kind of like this for black, to be honest. Oh, really? You have to cut? I don't like this for black that much somehow. You would be, but why? Black just lived, etc. This push, was it good? I am not sure. It seems like the game is even, so it doesn't matter. Somehow it felt a bit too forceful, and black to me feels a bit over-concentrated. Yeah, sorry, Artem is black. Oh my god, yes. Thank you very, very much. I have to switch, right? Oh. Kobamyo, you saved us. Thank you. So you don't get all of the great ideas on the toilet. Just some, it seems. Yeah. So, I mean, Josekis are being played. Yeah, this one... Yeah, I also like to add another move. What is this? AI says, what? maybe stream from the toilet. But what is this one? I have never seen that move. I will have to study this after the stream finishes. Yeah, this looks normal and jump. I think it's Joseki. This Joseki is very confusing to me. I have studied it many times. It's like you can cut here, but you very often black doesn't really... I mean, even if black lives, not always black minds about the cut, because also it activates this. But also if you are cut, you can just leave. So it's like you care about the cut, you don't care about the cut. Yeah, you can sometimes play this kind of clampy. I mean, this move feels natural to me now. This is what I would be playing. Why doesn't AI play it? Artem is on the same side as me. But it's like a 2.5 point mistake in Katago, so it's huge. I guess it's true that if you become stronger here, maybe you can play this one later. So that's why Katago wanted to start here to check the situation and then maybe play this. Maybe that's the idea. But like, this feels natural. This attachment feels little suspicious. Somehow to me this feels like shape, but I guess this he didn't know how to answer. The 1 point is basically nothing. Yes, Monk, you are right. I think in this very fast blitz format, I would say up to 5 points, it could be considered evenish, especially in the opening. If it's like very late in the game, 5 points means something, but even now it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, and okay, so white just goes to live. I guess black will somehow protect, probably take the liberty. And it's a little annoying for white, because he still has to... I mean, you would really want to cut and fight, but I wouldn't have the guts for this. I mean, now I'm just dead here, right? So I guess you just have to live, yeah. Now I would struggle. In tournament I would struggle for half hour which one is better. Okay, Lukan, he made the video about how to save time, right? In his games, so he just plays fast and that's correct. Or maybe like not wrong. And what do you do as black now? I would definitely add a move in this area, because I see 1, 2, 3 cuts. Katago is like, yeah, I guess I have some cuts, but I can handle them and would play here. But yeah, I would play... I'm on the same page as Artem. I guess that's the good page to be at. Yeah. So we won't see this wedge. It's a great pity. And it makes me want to cheer for Artem a bit more than for Lukan. But Lukan has 2 extra minutes, which is a quite big difference. And somehow... I would be afraid as white. Like, if I just connect here, what if you play this? Like... you need to take this variation with a grain of salt. I guess it would be fine for white if black has to live in but you know, there is a lot of things to be worried about here. So you can just play here. It's like chicken. Yeah, I guess that variation was not very good for black. So we will see. Whoa, and Katago wants to... I mean, I think I wouldn't play this, but I think 6 dan and higher have good chance of finding this shape move. So let's see. But what was wrong with this? Just this? But this is a problem, no? Like, so yeah, so here, we are going to see my variation. Or he can just take? No. And we see in the graph that the game became even. Andrei, will you try the next Pro Quali tournament? No, man, I'm hopeless. Like, I'm in the stage of my life where my belly is getting bigger and my hair is going on a vacation. I think professional title is for somebody else. I will try to beat the professional though when I meet him at the tournament, which doesn't happen very often. Okay, yeah. So you see, this is kind of the variation that that we talked about. He just chose different connections than me. I think when you have 1 minute, I mean, let's check in AI which connection it would have chosen. This kind of shape usually doesn't have so many liberties. Yeah, it would play the hanging ones, but maybe it's not such a big difference. So yeah, this is of course, I don't know why I clicked there, like white would probably lose this semi, so he has to play the Hane, yeah, it's natural. But still, if like, you know, black lives and white, yeah, he can play here. And now this shape is alive with this Hane. And if white plays this one, then if this is how it ends, like black accomplished nothing. He destroyed some unimportant territory in Gote, weakened this stone. So this is quite terrible result, I would say. I mean, this move, it feels like you should go for this. But when you read further, it looks like it was really hard. So, with this... But why? Why is this good? Is it like now I play here? And then I play this? And you have to come back here at a point? Maybe. And of course, if you just block and I... And is this even good? Is this so big? Very, very difficult. And we are back in the game, and it seems like they played the sequence how we expected. Why hopeless? Look at Jan Shimara. I hope he's not watching the stream. But Shimi, I think he is very good at like like focusing. I think it's not what I really want to say, but you know, he can turn it on sometimes. Like he can play for half year just like casual Go and not really care at tournaments, but sometimes when he goes and he takes the tournament seriously, he can really play like 7 dan. I don't think I have that capability. My Go is more random. Well, yeah, but Rob, yeah. But thank you for asking. Anyway, so white got a lead from this sequence, which is something we expected. And also, we saw that Katago really wants to play here. I guess because then this is like Sente. Probably because some kind of... Oh, it's close. Or just like this in Sente? I don't think that's the point of Katago. Well, we will have to see. Anyway, it looks like the guy is considerably small. It also looks small to me. And yeah, I think I saw this cut first from Ilya Shikshin when I was watching him play online. I was astonished that you could play this. But sometimes this cut is possible, especially when you are strong here. But is this the case? So, of course, like, this would have been the dream for white, to give this Ponuki next to this connection. And yeah, this stone should be fired immediately. So this is a much more positive approach. And you know, for instance, if you just extend and you play this Hane, and you check the ladder, which goes like this, somehow it works for black. So it's a bit dangerous to play this way for white, I think. So white just Hane directly. And maybe he will just give up. Like this. Ooh, how do you play here? Like, you know, this is a bit annoying. It's my point. But this is like a huge minus. So I guess you have to play from under. Yeah. Ah, but Lukan didn't play the Atari first. Because he wants to extend. Is this any good? Like, I think, to me, the variation where I give up this stone with the Atari from the other side looked better. And I guess AI agrees because it's like half point now. Maybe S2 R5. Okay, that's too deep. What are the scores of the bet? How did people estimate the win-lose ratio? I can see that you are saying somewhere. So, So, so I don't know, I don't see it. And also, well, doesn't matter that much. Let's focus on the game. So white attached here, which looks reasonable. He's considering his group a bit weaker. He could have also like played from the other side. And black played this Ponuki shape, which is not a Ponuki since it didn't capture the stone, but actually you play this move in this exact shape. This I have seen like Ichiriki play and people like this. And I like the way that Artem didn't answer here. Yeah, and played this. He's trying to... but Lukan, yeah, this was good to play, I guess. Just allow the under connection. Okay, throw in. It's nothing. So this endgame was very big, right? Katago was saying. So I guess Artem is quite happy that he got to it. But I'm not sure what went wrong. But I would have estimated maybe this under connection was quite small. Like white shape here got way better. So white is slightly ahead. The game looks kind of balanced. Yeah, this N2 was big. $46 for Artem and $54 for Lukas. Thank you, Mork. And we see this Tesuji that Artem didn't play in the bottom right corner, but you can like Tenuki this kick, right? Wait, what is this black magic? You mean if I play here, you just jump? And, sorry, and like this one is not working. So probably this dirty looking under connection, wow, so Lukan is quite resourceful. And this under connection, I think it's big endgame for white. Yeah, he gained some. And okay, here if I would be white, I would automatically block here and then I would slap myself in the review. Like in Go, you kind of connect the stones that I have been taught my whole life, but this group is safe, this group is safe. Black is here, white is here, black is here, white is here. This Moyo, maybe not so important, this breakthrough. So I really like the Tenuki. I don't know why Lukan played in the Moyo area, which I just explained is maybe not so big. But actually for like black to grow here, it's quite easy with this wall, I would say. So that's why probably. But yeah, this area looked bigger to me. If here you are pushed to the second line compared to some kind of move like... Yeah, I mean somehow this feels like shape. And also he wants to cut and attack the whole group. But that that, if it works, I quite like. On the other hand, in Katago, it seems like White lost all of the advantage he had before. And like this group, it has an eye here, right? And also, actually, if you play this block and this peep, then because of the cut and squeeze, it's like big shape. So if you have to block and it becomes like this and it's already ko, like the pressure on this group is not that huge, I think. And like black has this peep, right? Probably. So here it seems a bit like cutoff, and here are black stones. I mean, these guys, they will have to run half marathon maybe. Of course, there is a hope that this guy starts running as well. And then even though there is like I, it's probably kind of like in Gote or the Ko. So, I mean, this group is not alive, is what I'm saying. I know I explained that it can handle itself a little bit, but still it's not finished. But to me, it feels like White goes to suicide himself. I guess that's like, how do you call it? Like I said it twice the same thing. Yeah, just suicide. Yeah. Black can O13 or something thanks to that opening. Oh. Yeah. That he can do. Okay, so Lukan abandoned his idea of running away. And now, of course, it's a huge loss. And before he was almost like 10 up, right? Now he's losing by 3. So it's like 12 points, like a move loss. Because not only this action did nothing, he also like, you know, played this move. So black got this one for free. And this is thin and there are still cuts. Like this was disaster sequence. But, I mean, with 30 seconds on the clock, I mean, I think we would all agree that in this, like it feels good to cut now, especially when you have this extension. It feels good, but the feeling is just unfortunately wrong. Because black was too strong. Yeah, very uncharacteristic for Lukan, that's true. He's, especially when he feels like he's doing good, right? He doesn't risk. So, yeah, White is just going to the end game. Oh, and also, I think this is like good lesson maybe for Q players. Like here, you really want to peep, right? It feels good to peep and then you play this Kosumi. But maybe sometimes White could counter-attack. And actually, if this happens and Black plays here, White will just Tenuki. So you can also do it in the different order. You can start by here, and then later you will get this peep for free and you didn't risk anything. So like preparing to peep, I think it's good. So this is just some end game. And it's going to be a hell of a close game, I think. Yeah, if Artem is playing on the last second, I'm never gonna go watch the clock again because it stresses me out way too much when I see the one. Yeah, so I think this move was really big. Like if you can do something like this in Sente as black, it's really huge. Yeah, and this is exactly what he's doing. You suspect Artem is better at endgame? Are you sure? I think Lukan is pretty solid too. Actually, I watched the movie The Match. I think it's a Korean movie about Lee Chang-ho and Cho Hun-hyun. And they have this argument that Lee Chang-ho, he doesn't want to fight unnecessarily. If he knows he will win by half point, he will just win by half point and play like slow. And I kind of felt it was similar to Lukan's mindset, Because very often you can see him, he could fight, but he just rather plays the endgame and wins by 2.5. This looks like shape. Like now you could cut this, but capturing the 2 bottom stones is maybe not that big for losing center. I mean, I know even something like this could happen, but if you just take... Yeah, it's happening, but it's like gote. I don't think this is a... But, okay, I guess it's playable. Yeah, because now... Yeah. It lost like 3 points, I think. Yeah, and I'm surprised this peep is not here. Maybe it's like if you... Maybe black doesn't want to peep, because if he peeps, white will get this Atari. But I don't think you mind, right? Like... This is working, so... and I mean, this kind of peep later protects it. I mean, why not? Okay. Like potentially white could be looking for this double peep. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. But the shape feels terrible for white. And also not many liberties. Okay, I guess now from which side to cut? I think I will go big or go home. Like all in, yeah. But if you just play this way and cut... Can you maybe Tenuki now? I mean, this area is also not small. M14 was a really nice move. To press white by cutting. I don't think this... I mean, if anything, I don't think this looks like a chance for white. The shape is too bad. Maybe he can Tenuki now. Because... I mean, something like this is terrible. This is way bigger than what happened there. So yeah, you play here, but then... There is nothing. Okay, so this is like virtually center. But not really. Like if I play here... And then this... And white Atari and connect, and I capture this, and yeah, it's maybe, I think black should start from this point maybe, but perhaps it's not center. Like if it would be center, then this is just working, right? So maybe it would never be center. Okay, but anyway, Lukan just plays this way. Or maybe it's, because I was putting a nonsense variation, right? Like, he could just connect. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so in that case... Yeah. Yeah. Like, it didn't get much worse, it looks like. For white. Like, he was losing by 6, now it's by 8. But now it looks like very solid. So, I think... Probably it's gonna be 2-0 for Artem. And who are there the people in the chat writing like each game? Is it going to be a 3-0? First time? Let's hope not. So Rob is sharing a story here, and it's very good time to share the story in endgame. So I will read it. So Rob said, I was at the 45 plus senior... Come on, you are not a senior when you are 45 plus, no? Okay, 45 plus senior world championship, and during the intro, some of the top players were asked who they wanted to play and who not. 2 players said immediately they didn't want to play Lee Chango, who responded, I guess everybody thinks playing me is boring because of an early endgame. But I promised you, I changed my style. I promise I will play an interesting game with real fighting. And how did it turn out, Rob? Was it just a... So the top left location looks quite big, no? But like to play this Hane, because if black gets to play this and then later when it's his turn again, he gets to play here, it's quite big, so I would say it's even bigger than continuing here as white. Yeah, even AI agrees. Oh yeah, he changed his style? Really? Actually, how old is Lee Chang-ho? $50. So it was like max 5 years ago. Yeah, I know 45 plus from the story. I was just wondering if it could have been like 10 years ago. It's true that I must say I haven't watched many Lee Chang-ho's games in the past 5 years. Also, you don't see him that often, right, being relayed. But I will check it out. I think all of the Asian people are older than they look, no? To me, at least my neural network always think the Asian people are younger than they actually are. I think maybe it's because they have such good hair, too. 2024, so quite recently. Yeah. So I guess here it's not small. Wait, Katago wants to connect here. Or cut, yeah, because then it's like Dame Zumari. So, wait. He has to connect now. If he would capture, then... Oh la la. Oh la la. But he will find the connection. But then it's still a nice squeeze. So... I guess White gained something. And now that he managed to disconnect this group in center... Is there something inside? It doesn't feel like, to me, like, I personally don't see anything. But, and suddenly it's just 4 points. Artem is playing on OGS like it's Fox last second holding. Yes, but I think Fox holds the last second longer. And so, for example, I'm curious if Valerii didn't lose because of that. Because he's a Fox player, where the last second, is longer than 1 second. Oh, and Artem was shaking his head. I was afraid he didn't lose on time, but no. He just probably feels it's getting closer. Asians have the oldest living people too, no? It's the food. That's why they... And professionals stay out of the sun, so that's why they look so young. I see. Okay. Interestingly, so, like Dame Zumari, right? No, it's called differently, damn it. Black is forcing White to add stones, but actually, since White has so many liberties, he could have probably played Tenuki. And there are still some pretty big moves. So this taking was maybe a small mistake. Was White a4 a possibility? a4. You mean now? You mean if you force this, then it's obvious... Is it even better endgame? Since you cannot connect here? Maybe like a half point better, but... If I would play here, then it works. Maybe he could have played this one, but does it really gain something? I'm not sure. Yeah, it seems like the board is not big enough for white to catch up here. Yeah, it looks more complicated. I agree. Time for Ko. And yeah, I guess we missed that moment. So this is just time, Suji. I guess. Yeah, Artem has like single digit seconds. What? Here, okay, it's Santa, yeah. Yeah, this looked big to me too. Is there some liberty problem? No. No, Rob, don't go eating. I think those at the Kisei tournament game this week weren't staying out of the sun. It was in Hawaii. Oh, I see. So enjoy your night. Thanks for being here with us. And hopefully Lukan will not collapse without Rob cheering. Of course, here on the stream we are trying to be like objective, but what we want the most is to have like 5 games, right? So I think now in the next games we will be cheering for Lukan a lot. Yeah, I'm happy you enjoy, Rob. And so we can come back to the question, whose endgame is better? So I think at the start of the endgame it was around 6 points for black, right? Wait, if I check here in the AI, so when did endgame start? Like, maybe here? Now? So it was +3. And now it's like +6, so... But yeah, it's too long for us to consider this like just endgame from that point. It looks to me it was pretty even endgame. Yeah, I mean in the end game that white bet on the middle, I don't think it's like that really. I think Lukan knew he messed up here. I think it's possible he could have thought it's worse than it actually was, because it really, like, he lost 12 points, but he was ahead by like 9, so that's why it was not so bad. Maybe he thought he was losing more, and that's why he went for this crazy variation later with this cut and peep. The shape doesn't look nice. I think he just had to go for it. And yeah, that's the reason. He ended up with the center, but more out of like desperation than that he would have loved to go for it. And yeah, this was the huge fail. I think at this point, really this kind of jump looks very big, so if... Like, I applaud Lukan for playing this tenuki, which shouldn't be hard for a strong player. I think in this format, clicking here is just so easy. So you see he's thinking about every move, but then something around this area. I don't exactly know which one. But he would have been ahead by like 10, right? But and yeah, so it's I'm a little surprised that Artem is going to be ahead 2-0 since Lukan really, when we are playing the team championship on PandaNet, usually when we play against Ukraine, we have a point on board 1 because Lukan tends to win more often against Artem. And also Lukan is quite good in blitz tournaments, like at the EGCs. I think this EGC, for example, he won. He defeated Valerii in the final. And whenever there is a blitz tournament, he does pretty well. And I have never seen Artem play blitz. But obviously, he plays sometimes. Are those matches as fast? I'm not sure the EGC how... I think each year, like, the format of the blitz tournament can change. It's like not set in stone. For example, when we play blitz tournament here in Czechia, usually we play like 12 minutes absolute. So that would be around this game's length. But I'm not sure how it's on EGC. Alright, so if this game... Yeah, I wanted to say was played without Komi, but since Lukan is white, it doesn't work. So yeah, Lukan wins by 6. Artem will win by 6.5 or 5.5, it seems. And as you know, I guess last year there was already a version of this tournament that has been played. It was still called Omaigo Blitz. Omaigo Invitational Experimental Omaigo Experimental Blitz Invitational or something like this. It was not played on this European Federation channel, but on my YouTube channel. And Lukan played that tournament and he won. He defeated, I think, Ali Jabarin in the finals. And sometimes, like just now, under Artem's time, I saw the Wi-Fi icon as if he was disconnected for a second. But I think at this point, even if Black would lose on time, I would push it for it to be counted as his win, since there are only dame points left. But I wouldn't like to solve that situation. But I'm also pretty sure Lukan would agree, so it wouldn't be a problem. Hello, Sicknate. Yeah, the Wi-Fi icon sometimes pop under Artem, but it doesn't seem like he's lagging. This is a cut, because then if Black didn't answer, White would cut and Black would have to add 2 moves into the territory instead of 1. But this is not a cut anymore, so Black win the ko. They play on OGS, yeah. Yeah, it's a bug? Okay, then great. And maybe it pop-ups also under Lukan's clock, but I don't see it since it's white on white or something like that. It's possible. Also, I'm considering, guys, to go to make a eye operation, like laser eye operation.
Remove the dead stones.
So because I have like 1.5 dioptry or something. But doctor recently told me I shouldn't. Did any of you have a eye operation? Would you recommend it? Okay, GG's. So Artem won. So 2-0 for Artem. And Lukan, come on, take off your t-shirt, lean to the front and start being serious. Czech fans for sure need to see you win. And we can check this summary. So it looks like nobody blundered this game. But Lukan did one more mistake. They both played around 100 excellent moves, but it seems like just slightly Artem was better. Yeah, I also think that the laser operation shouldn't be very dangerous. Like it's been done for a long time. There are a lot of statistics that it works fine. I think sometimes you can have a problem, like if they do the laser operation, and I think for a few days, like you should open your eyes slowly because it can be dry, and then if you open them quite fast, you can like rupture the membrane. And I think that's exactly the kind of thing I would forget to do. But yeah. Yes, yeah. That's quite nice actually, that if you click somewhere, I managed to do it like when I was trying it. But now it doesn't work. We have the pro version, I think. So, goddamn it. I'm clicking like crazy. What am I doing wrong? Somehow it was possible yesterday when I was trying. And actually it can be really nice if you want to like choose a game to comment. You can see, okay, this game had 5 blunders, but they were at the very end, so you don't really care, etc. Never mind that. I will go take a drink, I think. So I also go on small break. And I will switch the colors so that I don't forget. Yeah, I'll be right back. Yeah, I think writing break on the white stones wasn't such a great idea. Yeah, I really hope there will be 5 games because I brought a beer to enjoy the last Super Blitz game, as anyway doesn't matter what I comment, so I plan to lean back and enjoy. Yeah, it's time to pay you back. And now it's time for me to be stressed again. How do I pay you back? I don't see it. I wish Milena was here to help me. Because I clicked here to make the prediction. And I think last time I did that, I could like finish the previous prediction. But now I don't see it there. And they are starting the third game. I guess in worst case you will be paid back later, but I understand it sucks for people who like went all in. So Lukan is black. Do we have everything set up correctly? Yes. So nobody wins other than the house, yes. And the house is gonna continue winning. So now I think I will put just 2 minutes now because 5 minutes would be too much. And I cannot start the prediction. I assume it's because there is already one that needs to be finished. Okay, I can try to refresh the window. Maybe that's the problem. Ah, yeah. Okay, so I refreshed the window and it works. So Artem won. Nice. So great. Congrats for everybody who voted for Artem. And let's go game 3. Alright, so what did I miss? The Joseki I don't know too well, so that's good, we can skip that. Now I think this Joseki used to not be played at all, and it became quite popular, like I would say in the recent half year or something like that. Yeah, it's this pincer and attach, and then this block. And it's just like even black takes into leather, but white is quite low here, right? Later some kind of block like this works quite nicely also. But yeah, so Artem has already 1 minute less than Lukan, and each game, I must say, Lukan didn't have a problem with time. As he said in the video that he made for Go Magic, he really can handle time quite well. For instance, if I would be playing, I would be really scared what this double ladder against each other means. But so what does it mean, actually? So if I connect and you take, and I extend, they will meet eventually, right? And so I guess nobody can like escape is what I would guess. No, it works for black. Okay, but it unfortunately didn't happen, so we will never know what would really happen. Because black played this Atari that the pros play almost all the time. I guess, especially now. But yeah, actually this is good for black, right? Because black has a lot of like cotrets here. You can argue that white has some cotrets here, but they are such a big minus, it's not possible. And if you don't answer this and you just connect, and black takes. I'm thinking about how to take. I would like to take this way, right? But does it work? It's also some kind of ko. Or is it? It's not ko. Wait, I'm saying nonsense. I can just play like this, right? So yeah, if black takes, then this is not small, but this definitely looks bigger for me. So I assume white has to answer, but then what do you do? Like play here, I guess. But probably this should be good for black, I think. I mean, this is not the end of the world, like, you know, black had the Shimari there, so he has like more moves than white in the area. But still, I would feel quite good. And Artem is thinking, now he has only 40 seconds to the 3 minute and 20 of Lukan. So basically Lukan like gained time in this game so far. Whoa, and Artem really played Tenuki. And also he played this cut, which I have never seen. Yeah, I put the prediction for 2 minutes only, not 1, I think. Because, I mean, the game is going too fast. Somebody could already be leading by 10 after 2 minutes. And it's actually the case now, right? Black is ahead by 20. So I think from now on I will put for 2 minutes just the prediction. You have to be ready. I actually don't know how much the channel points are a big deal for people. And what you can do with it at all. But this move is very strange, no? I mean, even if Black would just play... or it's like ladder breaker? It doesn't make sense, no? I mean, later, if this is somehow resolved, like this kind of thing is a lot of bad edges still for white. I always thought you should connect here. I mean, I know these two stones are quite light, but at least there is no agi, and also you can put more pressure on this corner, right? Since you can take this or peep here. I have never seen this. Was it blue or was it okay? No, it lost like 6 points. And if I play here, it's also... So, okay, so I'm just being mean for no reason. Apparently, it looks you can play this move. I mean, there was no difference for Katago. Just that white should have played on top was the key point. And Lukan shows me how to capture. Of course, from this side, it's easy and works much better than my peep. Taking the liberty. We learned something. White still pushes this. Has to make a minus exchange. And this is the situation, and black is ahead by 13. I agree. And white had to take here. Like if you play Tenuki, it's too much agi. It's painful for white. But we have seen Lukan be ahead by 10 or so in the last game, and it meant nothing. I managed to bet 5 points. But it doesn't take time, no, to bet like 1 million points. You don't have to click like a million times. So this is Joseki. So it seems like white will have quite some cash here now. He will probably... Oh, I would have extended. But anyway, even in this variation, white still can... I think it's big to play here, no? Because I know like this makes no impact on anything. But then, I mean, it even makes this area bigger, and then... It's very painful for this double Ponuki to be pushed so low. I mean, you can just ignore it and take other area. I guess it's fine too. I expected something like this. And what I wanted to say is that white has just one territory in this game. So he's not gonna make much more points. And Lukan kind of agrees with me and plays here immediately, but he plays here after... White played an attachment, and that's brutal. Like, I mean, the problem is the capturing of this stone, it's not like just territory. It also makes this group 100% alive next to our Ponuki here. So, this ladder, was it so terrible? If like, I answer, let's say just connect. So now the ladder works. Yeah, I guess this is the problem. So probably I would have to play here now. Okay, so maybe it was necessary. So nice move by Artem. And this squeezing, I'm not so sure about. And yeah, white is being pushed very low here. But I would be satisfied actually with this combo. So I guess overall quite even result. Artem, those eyes say a lot. Let me check. He's closing the eyes for like... He's blinking, but keeping them closed for like a second. Okay, this is just endgame. I guess it makes sense to exchange now. And the time situation, white has 30 seconds and black has 2 minutes and 30. So, flying parrot, it seems like black is winning according to AI. You can see it under me, the plus 12 is the score. And the color is like who is ahead. And Lukan just plays Tanuki. I guess you don't have to exchange this if you don't want to. Okay, why the hell would I play here? So, usually when my opponent is strong somewhere, I tend to play defensively. So it would be very natural for me to just play this one. But maybe he was afraid of like this, that he could be attacked. Whereas like this, probably the corner is gonna be stolen, but maybe he like doesn't care. Maybe that's the idea. And this ladder has been annoying black for so long, so he finally captures. It's big to come back here. And the game is getting closer and closer. And I must say, I don't really like this idea of building this moyo. I would have probably preferred to make these corners stronger. I mean, white still has to jump here. It's kind of... I mean, it's big also. And like here, I'm just building points that are a bit reduced by this side. White is also building points. And these guys are getting weaker. I mean, I guess it's an option to play in this way. I mean, especially if Lukan feels like it should be okay, it has to be more or less fine. But let me just check where would... In the AI review, what was the blue move? Oh! So kind of, yeah, the Kosumi. And it looks like it lost 3 points or something like that for black. But also because white jumped here, right? I think I saw AI wanted to invade here. I can promise this move will not be seen today. Players with this time setting will be looking more like for the natural moves. Yeah, we can see it now in the game. And from which side do you block now? I guess you should block from here, no? Yeah, and just extend. And Tanuki. Tanuki where? I don't know. Yeah, this is so awkward, no? I made this wall, but I really don't want to play another move here. So why did I create the wall in the first place? Oh, and Lukan blocked from the other side. But now he will be in Gotha. So I think he's like saying there is no very big move at this point on the board, so I don't mind taking Gotha here. But I don't know, this looked right with not the last move. Well, and this one looks also suspicious. And last game already, Lukan was also quite ahead, and then he started to play a fight that we didn't expect, right? The cut on the left side, and it backfired. I wonder if it cannot happen right now. But Artem has 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, but actually this is not the game. Yeah, this is the game, and he tenukid. And Lukan squeezes patiently. Why did we make this wall? I think it would add some sense of urgency if the clocks had milliseconds, yes. And that's actually a great point. I think that would be an awesome feature. So actually there is this guy that is also developing another kind of website. And I told him it would be nice if you could like import a live online Go game, and he has like AI that looks very nice. What? One time I tried to tell a story and it's finished, but what happened? Was it by time? No, it was not Colossus. I can show you. Let me check in Lukan's profile. No, resignation, not time. So I guess Artem blundered. So now it's +3. And Lukan in the camera looks like can't believe what happened. So he misread the Atari? Oh la la. So we were cheering for Lukan. We are happy. This wall, man. I didn't like that at all. But here the direction looked so strange. But after he like patiently add another move, it became a bit painful for White. Actually playing Tenuki on this Keima, which actually looks sexy, but yeah, the Tenuki on this one was quite crucial. I think that was the winning good move. And Lukan is standing. I think he feels the adrenaline pumping. I wonder if somebody wrote me something. No, I don't think so, right? I think they are just having a break. Okay, and they will start in 4 minutes next game. So let me fix the score. Should I go for the beer now, just to be sure that I don't miss it in case Lukan loses? Nah, wait. I hope I can make this kind of, I mean, I'm not sure if it's promotion, but I can share the site. So basically the guy is a developer and he's building some kind of new server. It's a bit sad that I think now there are a lot of different kind of Go servers that are being developed that have to be like also trying to be also like social media, or I mean more social servers, let's say. I know there is the Game of Go, right, that Flavian is developing. Then there is this Go the Game. And then there is Explore Baduk that is already looked finished and he looks very nice. But what is interesting here is that if I sign in and you play with the bot, they have like quite interesting heat map. Okay, I can resign, I think, after he plays. Yeah, review game. And they have like AI, and you can turn on the heat map. And it shows like basically a lot of moves. And like this is, for example, average 2 dan would play here. Here it's like 4Q move. It's quite funny. But anyway, they are developing this. So I told them it would be nice if you could import the online Go game, and perhaps, because I think on online Go it's pity that this score is like blinking. So we could use that, and they could implement the thing you offered, like the milliseconds, because I think it would be really thrilling. Yeah, finally the time pressure was too high for Artem. Oh, anyway, yeah, that game, what is interesting also about the site, that they have like YouTube videos, like they have like Tsumego problems, and then like video about it, and like how, if you want to solve 20Q level problems, how should you be thinking about it, something like that. I found that quite interesting. But I know like Explore Baduk also has many teaching videos. It's very nice server. If you don't know Explore Baduk, we can also make like shout out to it. It's like platform like this, and you have like AI, but you have like Baduk TV, and they have a lot of videos. You can see Ben Zero making commentary, etc. And then there is the game of Go, right? That's what Flavi is developing. I think it's still not out. I'm not sure. So yeah, 3 sites like this are being developed. So it would... it's a pity. I think that 3 people are doing the same thing. It would be nice if they somehow manage to connect, but then I understand who leads, etc. Yeah, it's difficult. But at least make one that we can then use. But Online Go also works very nice. And the owner of Online Go, you can send him an email and he will answer and try to help you. So that's... I also have like very good experience with Online Go. Okay, so I'm check if Lukan, because they should start playing. Yep, and they are playing. Alright, let's start the review. Tak, and let's not forget to switch the colors because Lukan is white now. Alright. And the predictions, right. I should pay you off, guys. I remember. Oops. But I lost my tabs. Maybe. Here. Okay, predictions. So only 3 people bet on Lukan last game. So I think when many of you lost money, so I guess that's why nobody was writing in the chat to to pay off the predictions. So I'm setting it for 2 minutes again, so you can go ahead and vote now. And yeah, we can see that the game has started. So what is this? Lukan is white. Let's check quickly. Seems normal. This move, I guess possible. This looks a bit strange, this shape, but I guess okay. And now connect, right? Yeah. And cut. Wasn't it too much to play this Hane? But what else is the thing? You play here maybe? Jump. Seems like chicken. I guess you have to fight then. So... okay, we have the colors correctly, right? Yep. And yeah, OGS took off because in the English scene KGS was a bit slow to have a web client. But OGS doesn't have many strong players, that's true. But I think all of the tournaments are now broadcasted on Online Go, right? Because you can just add the link to the tournament page, which is just so handy. I use Lizgoban for my own offline analysis. It also shows moves by rank. Okay, Lizgoban I never heard of. I thought Katrain could do something similar. But Okay, and somebody is facepalming for some reason. But the game seems balanced. So basically, white cut, black extended. It feels like black shape suffers a little bit here, which it should after this double Kosumi shape. And they just go out patiently. Usually you want to play here in this situation, but maybe it would just leave a cut and no much profit, so Lukan opted to play simpler. Yeah, and it was white's corner, so he kept it. Kept also the side, but black also built the side, and they have both a weak group. It should be even. Katago says it's even. I think we can agree. I would personally prefer white because he looked more ahead, but also maybe it was because there was a more settled in the middle, or more in the lead in the fight for the center. But perhaps I was thinking that just because it was actually black's move. So after black played the move, suddenly it doesn't look that obvious. Still, I guess it's just even game. Okay, Liz Goban is so powerful. You used to use Lizzie, okay. I think also Lizzie, which I'm using, stopped, right? The development, the 7.0.74 or something is the last release. So yeah, so if there is something being actively developed, I will take a look into it also, Liz Goban. I will not download it now, not to destroy my internet connection, but thanks for the tip. So it seems like Artem was a little afraid here. But of what? Of this vulgar cut he was afraid? Really? Because I mean this attachment for this extension, it's not a big minus, but I think white doesn't mind this exchange, right? If it was kept open, in Go, anything can happen on the board, so later it could play a role. We can try to follow it, and I'm not really sure if it was necessary. Yeah, and definitely now attaching here looks like key, because some kind of Kosumi that would build this framework out of the weak group, like settling the group and building, would be really big, so I would definitely also play this one. Suddenly? Okay. Yeah, it looks just even. I have freaking no idea what this wedge is from AI. But I guess white will just Tenuki. Yeah, why not here? I would just play Kosumi. Wow, AI would Tenuki. Alright. I mean, I guess this kind of Keima that would normally be very painful may not be that painful. Like with this strong shape, perhaps you could cut here, so that's why black didn't have to Tenuki, but for sure if you have 20 seconds, play the Kosumi, make it simple, and now just play here, no? Whoa! Okay, it's possible. Sometimes. And yeah, I guess kicking would feel a little lame, but I recently studied this shape in different order, you first kick and then you play the Kosumi. It's possible to play, it's really not that a big mistake, and then the corner is yours, but it doesn't feel very good. Okay, I like the Tenuki from Artem saying, actually he was probably worried about this shape, that it's a bit thin. So he accomplished that, and now he doesn't really care too much about the point, so he invades, allows this. Okay, this push is fine to make. Can't white Tenuki. Okay, then this is the game. Couldn't white have Tenuki'd here? Is this really so big to extend? Let me check in the AI. And this game has such a slow time setting, we have time to check. Oh, okay. Okay. So we have discovered something by looking at the AI board. But in the meantime... Okay, they are fighting. But what was this wedge for white that AI wanted to play? We have to start thinking about that. Okay, but so far Artem is just sacrificing the stone and building the corner territory. Is there some Agi in the corner? It's a good question. So if I play here and you play this one, then there is Ko. But actually this Ko, it looks like it's maybe even more dangerous for white than for black. But let's say in some situation you don't want to play the Ko, so you play here. Can I live? Like this is dead. This attachment seems also probably dead. So not much Agi in the corner, just a little bit. And starting the Ko directly looks too much. Alright. The game is balanced. Is the wedge related to AI love of K15? Ah, you mean this? Yep, maybe. Like if black is stronger here, then maybe this wedge, you know, because if you wedge there. But I assume it would... Yeah, I have no freaking idea what would happen here. Not sure if it's related to that actually. Okay, and it's just 0.1. So now we will see who has the better endgame. And so, but what about now, the wedge? Like if I wedge, what do you do? So if you play this way and you connect, then you seem to be dead, right? So this is not possible. If you play here and I cut, it also seems dead. So then you play from the other side then. And then you play like, I guess you can just live, right? Something like this. So I really don't know what this one is all about. I don't think we will see this game, unfortunately. Yeah, this descent is big. And then what is the most important in the endgame are the double centers. So I wonder if black blocks. Does white immediately play here? I think so. Because if you play anything else, black would immediately hane. So, yeah. And this game, from the observing point of view, didn't bring too much excitement. So we have to hope for a fifth game. So Lukan actually thought for quite some time here before capturing, but because the endgame were quite similar, if you block here or there, it seems like he chose wrong because Artem was ahead. But since there was so little Agi with this stone, this move was actually very slow. And I think if black played here, it almost feels like he thinks he's ahead. But now he's holding his head. What does it mean? Shouldn't he be holding the mouse? So this was too soft. Almost as if black would think he's ahead. Wow. Okay, didn't expect this one at all. But now, if white gets stronger here, suddenly this could become a problem. But what is this? Oi, do you feel the thrills? Hello, thank you, and or me. Yeah, this is Sante. It's not, but this is... Ah, but this could die. Okay, so now Lukan has to play here, right? Basically. No, he answered. But I understand that... But maybe he could have just like... Bye-bye stones? Like trade? And it feels big, no, this one? I think it's very good that Artem managed to exchange this. That helped a lot. But what was this? Oh my god. This was a blunder. He should connect here, but he didn't see the cut. Because there is this squeeze, but actually it doesn't accomplish that much. So black messed up quite a lot. But he got Sente. And normally he would have been Gote, I think. So he can try to... But what am I saying? This group is all connected and these are dead. So you cannot attack this. Oh, it feels like the time pressure is slowly taking Artem apart. But I think it means that actually if Artem misread here, it means he never really considered this wedge. Because had he considered it, he would have read this variation. So it was something he missed. And now, fans from Ukraine, where can you find some hope? Yeah, in this area, it looks like it's the last place where white could mess up. Beton. I would have played here, I think. And I think I saw AI would too, but this looks also good. And now, yeah. But actually... How much does Lukan have? 30 seconds. I know probably it's not working for black, but if you are white, now you are like, this is the last place where I can mess up this game. And Lukan looks like he chose a safe variation where he sacrifices the stones. And yeah, after this gain, it's still enough. So well played, Artem, for finding this destruction of the elephant jump. But yeah. And so what are their faces saying? Lukan looks focused and chill. Artem also looks like no emotion. Yeah. But I must say, the move that surprised me was this one. Like... But maybe he was... Like, it's a ko, right? So maybe he was evaluating the kotrets, and because of the corner... It feels really a little slow. As if you would think you were leading. So here this happened, looks like normal endgame, kind of. You want to challenge them? How good are you, H7391, and where are you from? No. Yeah, this move is quite big, right? If black plays here, there is like 5 points. If white plays here... But then black would descend. I don't know why is this so big, since this will happen, and then it's Gote. But maybe it's like a lot of points in Gote, right? Since you get also this one. Now it's like... I wouldn't estimate this to be so big. But Lukan obviously does, and well played by him. But it's Gote, yeah. But it was still big. Yeah, of course there was some little agi. I don't disagree. But little, yeah. But it's true that at that point also the position looked quite balanced, like quite settled everywhere, so not much to do. And if he's confident in endgame, it could have been one place where it could have been more complicated. This is a good move. It's Gote, right? But otherwise White would have squeezed and made these points in center, so I guess it's possible it was the biggest move. Hi, I am too done on KJs. I want to progress more. Tsumegos have to be priority. It really depends. I think it's not a bad thing to like have a lesson with a human master, like for example the guys we are watching, and so they see your game and based on that they evaluate and they tell you, hey, you should probably focus on this or that, because it's I cannot answer generally. But if I should answer generally, then I have to repeat what the professionals say, and they always say tsumego, 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 tsumego. So you are not wrong. But I think in Go, it's not always about just like winning. It's also about getting to understand the game. Like there is a lot of value in that, in my opinion. So like studying Fuseki, it's maybe not what's going to get your rating higher, but understanding the beauty of the game a bit more rather than just reading. Yeah. But in general, I know everybody has like AI at home, Lizgo or Lizzie and so on. But actually, having a human master who sees your games and helps you improve, I think it's still like worth going for that rather than just studying with AI. But I think everybody will say that, especially those who are teaching and have business. But I'm not an active teacher anymore, so you can trust me a bit. Otherwise, the game is continuing normally. Lukan still ahead by around 11 points, and he has like time, so no worries that he would lose. I'm sure he will just connect here. And Lukan is famous for being able to calculate the game in 30 seconds, more or less. So I guess that means one color in 15 seconds. So, you can calculate one and then a few moves later the second one. So I think he's quite sure he wins. And based on Artem's body expression, I think he does also. Yeah, you are welcome, Frataiko. Finally, we will get game 5. And yeah, game 5, I will just chill and draw, maybe. Because it will go so fast. Cesare, hello. Nice to see you. I like exchanging ideas with the teacher, especially when the teacher's style is just completely different than mine. Yeah, but actually what I had a problem when I was teaching my students is that sometimes they resist my ideas too much. They're in Asia, what the teacher says is true and you don't question it. I like being questioned, but sometimes my students were really not trusting what I was saying. So it's nice that you are actually looking for the incorporating art lessons. Alright, so the game is basically finished. And I must say, I'm excited. We also have to switch our mindset from cheering for Lukan to being neutral, because we got our game 5. I mean, you guys, you can cheer for your favorite, of course. And I'm good friend with Lukan. I was at his wedding. So in general, I'm cheering for him. But I must say I'm quite big fan of Artem also.
Pass.
Because
Remove the dead stones.
he was one of the players who was able to beat the Korean 7 dance
White
like
wins.
10 years ago. I was like cheering for him a lot. So I wouldn't mind. If somebody has to beat Lukan, it could be Artem. So Lukan wants to start the next game at either 8 o'clock and 20 minutes or 9 o'clock and 20 minutes. So I hope it's just a typo. And yeah, we have 5-minute break. Yes, the winner will face Stanislaw Frejlak. I'm like watching Stanislav games is also a treat. His understanding of Go is very different of mine, and he sees moves, you know. So especially in this blitz format, he's going to be a very, very strong opponent. Yeah, so maybe you are curious how many blunders were in this game. How many do you think? So according to this new feature, no blunders have been made. 2 mistakes and few inaccuracies. Actually, this looks like cool, but it says like nothing, right? Especially since it's like the AI machine considers... I mean, why doesn't it consider something here a blunder since Black was ahead and few moves later he's not anymore? Yeah. Hello Zichan, by the way. Thanks for your... I know we haven't spoken much late after your stream of this event, but I saw parts of it later. It was quite nice, or very nice, so thank you for that. And I'm surprised Tash is your favorite player, but cool. You gotta get yourself in trouble a lot to improve. Alright, so they will start in like 4 minutes. As I said, I have something already in the fridge. Actually, it's a New England IPA, or how it's called. It's called, and the name is like something, and it's like No Limit, and then under it it's written limited edition. Alright, I'll be right back. Artem dvakrát chybu. All right. This is exactly why I love using List Goban, because it can suggest one dan level moves for me to learn from instead of 9p level moves. But still, I think it must be very difficult to use. Like sometimes You want to see actually the 9 pro move, it can teach you more than the one done, but I understand. For example, when I was playing Mahjong a little bit on Tenho, I was reading some blogs, and in Mahjong it was recommended that you should learn from the person that is like one rank above you, which I think it's quite, or at least for me, it's quite unusual way of like thinking about it. Usually I always thought you want to, learn from the best, but it's not true. So in some case it makes sense to learn from first dan. And it can review a game and give you a rank. Yeah, that can be fun. My goal is to get a 1Q score in each game. Not better? Really? Okay, so the players look like they are here. I'm watching Lukan's profile, but it seems like they are not playing yet. And I know that we could be like thinking that this last game is the game where the commentary is going to be hectic because it's so fast, and that we are going to be stressed. But no, we are just going to approach it leisurely and cheer for the guys, and mainly observe what they think of. Also, I think that if you have a trick prepared in your predictions, shit. If you have a trick prepared, you should use it now. Okay, I have it almost ready. So did they start? Yes, they just started. Hop. Start the prediction. It's on for 2 minutes only. So guys, go bet your gamba fast. And yeah. Alright, so Artem is black and he used this old-fashioned fuseki. His pincer, it could lead to very complicated variation, but Lukan will never play, I think, this Keima and be cut. He will simplify, and now he will play Tenuki and he will play here, yes. And Artem will either kick or go to Sansan, I think. Alright, so he didn't do that. And Lukan will pincer, I think. Yes. And now he will go to the Sansan. But maybe he will think for a few seconds, because if you go to Sansan, you will be low here and low here. And AI doesn't care, but it doesn't look so pretty. So maybe you could even consider something crazy, like going here, or the double pincer is also an option. Yeah, the setting of this game, by the way, is 1 minute plus 4 seconds. So cheers to that. Alright. This used to be Joseki like long time ago. Actually, when I was like 18, I was in Japan for some student exchange. No, not student. Yes, like some from Germany, Britain, and Czech Republic. We were 3 going there, and I played against a professional in the TV, and we played this Joseki. I'm not sure if I was ever so stressed in my life as that time. Of course, I lost on 3. Yeah, power triangle. I think in this time setting you have to be like, knowing how to cut the loss. You're like, okay, this is for sure not the best move, but better than dying. It feels to you that Stash was able to improve in the last years. Well, I think in Europe these days, like Mateusz and Andrii, right, are dominating. I don't think Stash is, but I'm actually not following the scene that much. But he hasn't won any major tournament recently, or? And White is ahead by 9, and it makes sense because this shape looks terrible. And White is building the territory fluently, and even these guys, they still will have to connect here somehow. But this is in no way like game ending. The French pros also. If empty triangle was good enough for Honimbo Josaku, it's good enough for me. Yeah, Lukas Neirynck is improving as well. I'm following his game actually. He's giving me hope that it's still possible to improve. So White is attacking very like naturally, and then he will pincer this black stone. And if we look at like territory, then black has quite a lot of cash here. And this white territory is not not territory yet, but since this group is so weak, it will be maybe quite hard to attach there. I mean, how black handles this group is now like crucial. But I think US is very strong, right? Like probably Ryan Lee is like one rank better than everybody else. I think USA is favorite at this point still. But I would be very happy for European Union to surprise us. And this result that we see right now in the game doesn't look good for White. We were supposed to be attacking, but perhaps this move was a bit slack. Maybe he should have exchanged this first. And then... or answer differently to this attachment, because in the game we were supposed to be attacking, but now White is on the defensive, right? Just leaving very small in the corner. So yeah, luckily these stones are kind of connected, so White doesn't have to worry too much about this area, so he can invade. Now probably, yeah, attach and then add the move. But I think, yeah, it became even, so black caught up. It was enough for somebody to write that White is gonna win for the score to get even. What? Wait, Ryan Lee didn't play for... no, Kevin Young. He stopped playing when he went to college, right? But come on, guys, focus on the game. We can talk about US later. Ooh, okay, exchange. Ponuki for the side that was black originally. I wouldn't have a problem with sacrificing this as White. And AI also thinks so, but Lukan... Okay, what is dangerous if this gets bigger? But why? Maybe it's just time thing? Or does he... he can live. This is a suspicious move. Yeah, but okay. It has lot of liberties. And this is not alive. If White plays here now. Oh, this is why. Okay. Okay, so Artem back down. And Artem has like 2, 1, play, 5. And Lukan has 10 seconds, so way more. It's quite random. So exchange happened, but this was black's territory, and he lost so much, and white lived with so many points that we can see that white is ahead by 30. Yeah, Artem playing very often on last second. But now it seems like white has too much. So I guess... Yeah, the problem is black would really like to attach here and start fighting, but since group is now dying as well... I mean, I assume it will live, but it will just be very painful. And this will be... Is it going to be the first reverse sweep of the tournament if Lukas win? Like being behind 2-0 and managing to turn it around? By the way, I can show just really fast what was Lukan's idea here. I think it was like if black cuts, white can play this way and live here. The question is if it actually... Yeah, but it's probably worked, right? Yeah. So that was the idea, and that's why Artem played there. Okay, back to the game. Lukan wants to force Artem to cut here so he can squeeze, but of course, since Artem knows he's behind, he's gonna try to capture it as big as possible, which is risking even more. But white probably doesn't have time to connect, right? So black can always come back, but now... I mean, this group is still not alive. Four, three, two. And I think that Artem won the last match. With whom was he playing? With Lukas Neirynck, was it? 3-1, right? And so he has never played with this time test setting unless he practiced. Yeah, nobody remembers any reverse sweeps. Yeah, and it looks like Lukan found another very nice sequence here. With this peep, Artem tried to force this in center, but unfortunately this just worked. And yeah, now as white you just have to focus on time. But I like the spirit of Artem of not giving up because... But he knows, like he's playing the game. He knows it's quite random what can happen, so... It was 3-2 with Lukas. Okay, sorry. So then he knows. Wait, actually I had it open here. Yeah, you are right. It was 3-2. So he is experienced with this time setting. Okay, and let's watch their expression. Lukas looks determined. And Artem maybe a little bit scary. Yeah, Lukan... I think that's what makes him really strong. Also... Like, he can really focus hardcore. I remember when Pal Balog, he used to go to tournaments. Sometimes he spent like 40 minutes on move 5. And when you ask him what he was thinking about, he would say like, girls. Or something like that. I don't think Lukan thinks about girls when he plays Go. But I don't want to... I mean, I don't have it confirmed. I don't know if you can make like 2 predictions at the same time. It looked like no, but it would be interesting if you could make a prediction for the whole set of the games and then for individual game, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, yes, exactly. Like the only thing that could lose the game for white now is either like this group dying, right, or being somehow cut here and this group in the middle dying. So just connecting here solidly, even though it lost like 10 points, it doesn't matter.
White wins.
And Artem resigned, and big congratulations to Lukas. It was... Oh yeah, and we forgot to update the score. Oops. But you knew, I hope. And okay, and I updated it wrong. Sorry. Right. I didn't even have time to drink my beer. So, hello guys, GG, nice match. Would you like to join for like discussion?
Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
Okay, can you just confirm on Twitch that you heard the guys okay, please? I can make them louder. Well, just let me know in case, yes? Okay, great.
Or I can be louder. I can be.
Okay, so congratulations, Luka and Artem. You were ahead 2-0. We were all afraid it will be 3-0. What happened in the second part?
I don't know. Lukas was playing well. He was simply good.
I mean, I felt like in the first two games I was sleeping. Like nothing, like whatever I tried, nothing was working. Like I really didn't like how I was playing in the first two games, and I was like, I mean, am I going to be the first one in this year to lose 3-0? So unfortunately not. But yeah, well, and I guess then it was just a heavy metal festival as always, right?
Yeah.
So that's how it is. Yeah. But yeah, oh my god.
I think in the game 2, you had quite okay position, Lukas, but then you started a very not typical fight for you, that instead of just playing for points, you cut Artem on the top left, right, where he was strong. What led you to do that?
I mean, I don't know, I just felt, I mean, I probably missed something there because I felt like it was working, which was obviously not true. And that was exactly the moment where I was like, okay, today is not my day, like, it's not me. But I woke up in time.
And I think throughout the whole match, Artem, you were playing like with few seconds, right? While Lukan had some more accumulated time.
Yes, I think he's more experienced in this kind of games. Probably.
I mean, yeah, I mean, some Fox Blitz helps, I guess. But, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the time accumulation at the beginning, like in this tournament, is important. Like, basically just blitz the opening because it just doesn't matter. Because anyway, somebody will mess up at some point, and it's just about to take the chance at the right moment for both sides. And who manages this better in this like crazy time settings, like wins. So I mean, so that's why I try to play like just randomly at the beginning, and let's see what happens. I mean, at least that's how it worked for me last year. So I didn't want to change so much.
Yeah, I think that Artem was thinking a bit more in Fuseki, that even at move like 30, 40, sometimes Lukan had 2-minute advantage, so...
Yes, it's a big mistake.
So next time.
I need to admit it helped. Yeah, it helped for sure.
And Artem, I wanted to ask you about the move specifically. I think it was in the previous game. So if you remember, on the top right, you had your corner, which was like Kosumi and Kosumi.
Can you show it on the stream?
Yeah. I can show it.
I can also check the stream. It's on Eurogofed, right?
Yeah, it should have like just a very little delay. So I think you should see it now. Right? You see the game, right? So about this move, was it because you were thinking you were ahead that you played here, or was there something you were...
No, I was just afraid he would start the Kozer. on
Like
the first
immediately, you
line.
mean? So if you play like here, that he would start with this one.
Yes, it was probably too bad to play on the first line. I agree.
Yeah,
But the
I
bigger mistake was a little later when I let him cut off my group in the upper left.
yeah, of course. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't plan to start the call because I thought I'm kind of playing with fire myself. But and also, I mean, I was trying to read if there is something in the corner, but I didn't see life there at any moment. So I was like, yeah, maybe call, but I wanted to start it like only in case of emergency, like not in a close game as it was. Like at the moment it was close, right? Like if you block the corner at the bottom right, I think it's super close. Like not much happened in the game. So, and I would get maximum summon game at T14. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I was thinking about it similar as Lukan, that White would play here if he was like losing and desperate, but otherwise he risks quite a lot too. I think now you are ahead by like 2, and now you are behind by 1, so it doesn't matter at all, right?
I mean, we don't know, obviously, at that moment.
And actually,
I was like, okay, let's enter end game and let's see.
And actually, when we were watching AI, I don't really remember at what point, but this wedge here, it was like considering quite often.
What?
But we didn't even check how it works. I thought Artem can just play from this side. And like,
I mean,
yeah, like, but maybe this is a problem.
You know, I never have a wedge on my radar, I feel like. I mean, I don't play wedge. I mean, the people who know me very well, I mean, I just don't see them. I mean, somehow like a loophole in my brain. I mean, even my students, like Laudan players, cheat me with a wedge and cut off my group in my lessons. Like, it's just happening over and over again.
I will remember that.
You should.
All right, so I guess you guys must be exhausted, so maybe we can close the stream soon. So Artem, maybe first to you. Do you have some last words for your fans or in general?
Well, I want to thank you guys for making such a great tournament. It's a very cool practice and a lot of fun for the viewers. It's exactly what is needed. So please, next year, the same tournament once again.
Thank you. Actually, I think if we will do next year, which I hope we will also go more professional, that maybe there will be like a guy who will be responsible for the stream, and then the streamers will just focus on commenting the game and not dealing with all of the technical problems, and I hope it will be even greater, yeah. Alright, so thank you, Artem, for participating. It was awesome we could watch you play. And Lukan, any words for Stanislav? Maybe you will be facing him in the next round.
That will be a brutal street fight, I think. Like as it is always against Ashe, I think. So this will. I mean, I will need some MMA gloves or something probably, because this will. I think with this kind of times, I think this will be extremely difficult. I feel like. So anyway, I'm already happy to get into semifinals. So I will be playing with completely clean mind. Like semifinals already good, I think. So it will be fun. I'm looking forward to that. And I think we will be playing next week already, right? Which means I should contact Stash, but I think that's the only available time. So we will be playing next week, I think.
Hopefully, if you have time, yeah, we have to discuss that.
I am not sure, actually. So should be fine.
Alright, so thanks again, guys, and see you somewhere.
Thanks, Keith. Thank you very much. Stay strong, Artem.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening. See you, Scorch. Thank you.
Yeah, subscribe to Artem's European Go Journal. It's really good. I showed it at the start, so do that, guys. Goodbye.
Thank you.